Hello, my name is Caitlin Starr, and I'm submitting for the oral case study for Rosen. So the first question that we were asked were, what strengths of Rosen's network did she have over the various stages of her career? So to do a brief summary of her career, she started as company editor at Tandem. Because she had a creative writing major, it was hard to find jobs in the technology world, but luckily she was able to find this job as a editor of the company newsletter. Here she was able to interface directly with the CEO because she was the intermediary between the CEO and his employees. So she was able to start expanding her network right from college. Following Tandem, she started TeamMaker, which was based off of the software program that her brother had created that he called TeamMaker. So she made a company out of the product. Because it was a startup and because they didn't want heavy investors, Rosen built relationships with the press in order for the press to write about TeamMaker and its advantages to try and compete against Lotus with their large advertising budget. In order to also continue getting exposure, she attended many industry conferences and joined technology-oriented groups. She was on the board of Software Publisher Associations as SPA president. She was given even higher exposure and was able to meet with industry leaders to discuss various issues. They branched from this software program to a user-friendly graphics package called ClickArt Personal Publisher, or just Personal Publisher. This was a large success, but it was too small or too big of a success for the small company, so it was sold to Software Publishing Corporation. After she stepped down as CEO of TeamMaker, she joined Apple as Vice President of Worldwide Developer Relations. She was not afraid to speak up, whether it be in praise of a good product or idea or in criticism saying there's a better way to do this. Because she was really respected in the developer community from both TeamMaker and as SPA president, people listened to her and what she had to say. Because, again, from her previous roles and her already expanding network, she was able to call in favors to leaders who she had previously built relationships with in order to ask them to stick with Macintosh during that dire situation. She got really stressed at Apple and decided to leave, and she became what she coined herself, a mentor capitalist, which is where instead of investing capital, Rosen invested her time and her experience in return for an equity stake in a company. So she sat on the board of directors for Preview Systems and for Softbook Press Incorporated. So I've already mentioned some of them, but her main strengths were blending professional networking with social networking, and her outgoing personality, and her desire to meet new and interesting people, and the fact that she built relationships on all levels, from CEOs to the press to conversation panels. And she also cared about performance and consistency. She cared that was every situation was given a response and was given the same response, and it didn't depend on how many times you were in a situation, you were the same way every time. So the second part of the question was how are the different readings, Give and Take, Cialdini, and Uzi and Dunlap able to relate to Rosen and her success and her power and her network. So Give and Take is all about everyone having a certain mix of give, take, and matching. The more you give or the more you put into a situation, the more you get out or take away. And I believe that this is Rosen. She cared about every person that she spoke to. She made a commitment, and when she made a commitment, she stuck to it. She actively helped people make career changes using her contacts, but only if both parties could benefit. For Cialdini, there were 6 different arts of persuasion, but the ones that fit Rosen the most were reciprocity, which is that leaders should model the behavior that they want to see in others. Again, she had an outgoing personality and a desire to meet new people, so those were the people that she was attracted to, and those were the people that were attracted to her, and that was able to expand her network even farther. She also saw every contact as an opportunity, and she didn't take that for granted. And she believed that people who wanted her time needed to be deserving of it, as well as she cared that she was deserving of other people's time. Consistency. As I already mentioned, performance and consistency of every interaction, not the number of actions, is what Rosen believed was highly important. It was that people are able to live up to what they write down because they want to appear consistent, and Rosen did. From Uzi and Dunlap, they discussed private information, a diverse skill set, and power. So for private information, Rosen hosted many dinner parties, and she shifted from professional relationships to personal relationships and focused on blending this professional networking with social networking, which was a great strength of hers. As well, for diverse skill set, as I already mentioned, she built relationships with all levels: CEOs, the press, conversation panels, whoever she was talking to them, and she gave her undivided attention to them. Thank you for listening.